Picture two versions of yourself at 40. Version 1 wakes up in a rented apartment, checking your bank account before buying groceries. You're making decent money, maybe $75,000 a year, but somehow you are still living paycheck to paycheck. Retirement? That's a fantasy discussed over expensive lattes you can't actually afford. Version 2, you wake up in a paid-off home. Your investment portfolio just crossed 7 figures. You work because you want to, not because you have to. Financial stress? That's a distant memory from your 20s. Same starting point, same economy, same opportunities. The only difference, 7 decisions made in your 20s. I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that separates these two futures, and I'm going to prove it with math, not motivation. Let's get into it. Move number 1. Harness the weapon of compounding. Here's a story that should terrify you. Meet Sarah and Jake, both 25 years old, both making $50,000 a year. Sarah starts investing $100 per month immediately. Jake waits until he's 35 to start investing $200 per month, double Sarah's amount. By age 65, assuming an average 8% annual return, Sarah has $349,000. Jake, just $177,000. Even though he invested more money overall, he ends up with almost half of Sarah's wealth. That's not luck. That's the mathematical reality of compound growth. Einstein supposedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it. Those who don't, pay it. Because here's the brutal truth. Time is the only asset you can never buy back. You can make more money, you can get more education, you can build more skills, but you cannot create more time in the market. The compound interest calculator doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about time and consistency. Move number 2, destroy the new car trap. Let me tell you about the single most devastating financial mistake I see people in their 20s make: buying a new car. The average new car payment in America right now is $738 per month for 6 years. That's $53,000 flowing straight out of your wealth-building engine into a depreciating asset that loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. Here's the move that separates future millionaires from future car payment prisoners. Buy a reliable 3-year-old vehicle in cash or with minimal financing. A Honda Civic, Toyota Camry, or Mazda 3 at 3 years old has already absorbed the brutal depreciation hit. It still has 150,000 plus miles of reliable life ahead, and you're paying $15,000 instead of $35,000. But here's where this gets insane. Take that $738 car payment you're not making and invest it instead, just for 5 years. At an 8% average return, you'll have $54,000. Leave that untouched until retirement at 65. That grows to $589,000. $600,000 from not buying a new car in your 20s. Status is rented. Wealth is owned. Choose invisible wealth over visible status every single time. Move number 3, master house hacking. Your housing costs are probably your biggest monthly expense. For most people in their 20s, rent consumes 30 to 40% of their income, money that vanishes forever with zero return. What if I told you that you could reduce that significantly? Welcome to house hacking, the strategy that built more millennial millionaires than any other real estate play. Buy a duplex or multi-unit property. Here's how it works. FHA loans let you buy a property with just 3.5% down if you live in one unit. Buy a duplex for $350,000. Put down $12,250. Live in one unit, rent out the other for $1,800. Your mortgage payment might be $2,200 total. The rental income covers $1,800. Your actual housing cost? $400 per month. Plus, you're building equity instead of paying someone else's mortgage. A 25-year-old who house hacks for 5 years while their peers rent typically enters their 30s with $75,000 to $100,000 more net worth, not from earning more, just from restructuring their biggest expense. I've seen people take this even further, buying 4 plexes, living in one unit, renting 3 others, and actually getting paid to live somewhere. Your housing choice in your 20s is either your biggest wealth accelerator or your biggest wealth destroyer. Choose wisely. Move number 4, anti-lifestyle creep mastery. A Georgetown University study found that for every $1 in increase, average Americans increase spending by $0.87. They capture only 13% of their raises for actual wealth building. The millionaire move? The anti-lifestyle creep protocol. When you get a raise, immediately route 50% of the difference directly to your investment account. Not someday, not after you get used to the extra money, immediately. Here's why this is devastatingly effective. You get a $10,000 raise, that's roughly $600 extra per month after taxes. Route $300 automatically to investments. Enjoy $300 in improved lifestyle. You still get a quality of life upgrade, you still celebrate the win, but you're also capturing massive wealth acceleration. This is how people making $70,000 retire with more wealth than people making $200,000. Income doesn't build wealth. The gap between income and spending builds wealth. Move number 5, build bulletproof credit. Most people in their 20s treat credit scores like background noise. Here's what they don't understand. Your credit score is the difference between paying $450,000 or $550,000 for the same house. Here's the non-negotiable rule. Keep credit utilization under 30%. If your credit limit is $10,000, never carry a balance above $3,000. Even better, keep it under 10%. This single factor accounts for 30% of your credit score calculation. Payment history is 35% of your score. Set up autopay for the minimum payment on everything. Never, ever miss a payment, not once. Start monitoring your credit score monthly through free services. Watch it climb. Protect it obsessively. By your early 30s, when you're ready to buy a home, that perfect credit score isn't just a number, it's $100,000 more in your pocket instead of the bank's. Move number 6, invest in human capital. McKinsey research found that strategic skill acquisition can increase earning potential by 20 to 50% within 2 to 3 years. That's not passive income, that's permanently elevated baseline income. But here's the key. Invest in high-value skills that directly impact your earning power, not resume decorations. AWS certification for tech workers, average salary increase of $20,000. PMP certification for project managers, $15,000 bump. CFA for finance professionals, $25,000 plus. Your 20s are when your brain is most plastic, your responsibilities are lowest, and your energy is highest. This is prime time for skill stacking. Don't just earn money, earn the ability to earn more money. Move number 7, the Phase 2 migration. Here's the final strategy that sophisticated wealth builders understand: geographic arbitrage. Your 20s and early 30s are Phase 1, sprint for income in high-growth, high-salary hubs: Seattle, Austin, San Francisco, Denver, Boston. Yes, they're expensive, but the salary premiums are even more extreme. A software engineer in Austin makes 35% more than the same role in Cleveland. A marketing manager in Seattle makes 40% more than in Indianapolis. The cost of living is higher, but the salary gap is even wider. The move? Grind in high-income cities during your peak earning and learning years. Build your skills, maximize your salary, stack your investments. Then, in your mid-30s, when you're ready to start a family, execute Phase 2. Migrate to high quality of life, lower-cost cities in big metroplex areas such as DFW, Phoenix, and Atlanta. You bring your elevated salary, often keeping remote income from high-cost markets, but you pay housing costs that are 40 to 60% lower. A home in Seattle might cost $800,000. The same quality home in DFW, $450,000. That $350,000 difference invested over 20 years, worth over $1 million. This is wealth arbitrage at scale. Plus, these migration cities offer something priceless: better schools, lower crime, actual yards, commutes under 20 minutes. You trade trendy restaurants for financial freedom and family time. Let me bring this home with brutal honesty. Your 40-year-old self is watching you right now. They're begging you to make different choices. They're screaming at you to invest that $100, to skip that new car, to build that side income, to audit your friend group. Because here's what I know about time. It's going to pass anyway. In 20 years, you will be in your 40s. The only question is, will you be financially free, or will you still be wondering when things will get easier? The gap between these two futures isn't luck, it isn't inheritance, it isn't some secret strategy only the rich know. Every single one of these strategies is accessible right now. You don't need more money to start, you need better systems. If this video gave you even one actionable idea, smash that like button. Subscribe because we're building a community of people who refuse to be financially average. Drop a comment telling me which of these 7 strategies you're implementing first.